Hi, this is Circus Fit. I'm Carrie, and I would like to show you a progression of drills to bring your strong hollow body hold up into the air. We're going to start on the floor. Starting with our ladybug lifts. Lay onto your back in a nice pike, lift your pelvis, enter ladybug, and give her a little pat. Down, up, down, up, down, up. The purpose of this exercise is to strengthen your lower core muscles that lift the weight of your pelvis and legs out of the floor. And this is key and essential for lifting and lowering our legs and moving our legs from our hips when we're in the air. Also key and essential to helping stabilize our spine in a hollow body. Speaking of hollow body, we're going to move into hollow body next. So really connect those lower ribs into the top of your iliac crest and really round that lower spine, lift the shoulders off the floor, and extend your legs out in front of you. If you can't hold the weight of your legs with your core this way, lift your legs a little higher and or bend your knees. Tuck your pelvis under. If you feel any movement or arching in your pelvis, it means that your lower core isn't strong enough to lift the weight of your pelvis and legs. So just lift your legs higher. So here we are, we're gonna hold our hollow body for a little bit and find some variations. If you're in your nice long hollow body here, you can engage your thut. So basically it's your hamstrings and glutes, but they connect here in your sitting bones in that thut area, reaching and squeezing into the thut to reach your legs out and connect them strongly into your pelvis. You're even reaching them slightly down towards the floor. Another variation here is our star hollow body. Our shoulder blades are still lifted, our lower back ribs are pressing into the floor, our lower front ribs are reaching down towards our iliac crest. Our iliac crest is reaching, pubic bone is reaching up towards the ribs and the nose, and our legs are just wide in a star. 1 minute hollow body holds 2 to 3 times a week is essential to maintain the strength and endurance for aerialists. Our next progression is bringing our hollow body up into the air in the backpack position in our sling. Make your way into the upward facing tuck position where your torso is parallel to the floor and you're more or less feeling in your hollow body. Now notice here, the same as in the ladybug lifts here, we can lift our pelvis up and down, trying to lift the weight of our pelvis up above the point of contact in our sling. Once we feel lifted and stabilized, we can change that position from tuck to pike to straddle and butterfly. Tuck, pike, straddle, butterfly. Notice how much weight is in your hands here. See if you can hold the weight of your hollow body lifting out of your sling without gripping and pulling with your arms. Your hands are just here used for balance. Changing from tuck, pike, straddle, and butterfly. The hardest version of this would be a star hold without letting your pelvis sag. Next progression is tipping this shape upright until our shoulders hit the poles. We can bring our toes towards the floor. I call this position lat hang. You see how the fabric is framing kind of around my lats? And the way that I hold this position is hollow body. So I'm really pulling my ribs in to press against the fabric. If I didn't hold my hollow body strongly here, this is what would happen. I would arch and sag into my armpits in this position. We don't want to work from this position. We want to work from a hollow body. So the best way to get there is from our upward facing. So I come into my upward facing, come upright, and find my lat hold. My toes are on the floor, my pelvis is tucked. I'm bearing a little weight into my feet right now, and I'm trying to hold this hollow body so that I stay secure in my lat hang. I can use my arms as much as I need to support me here, but the point is to hold the shape with my core and not with my arms and my shoulders. So from here, I can add progressions. I'm gonna still press my lower ribs back and tuck my pelvis and start to march. One knee up, the other knee up, maybe both knees up, right? One knee, the other knee, and both knees. Making sure to really hold that lat hang, meaning the knot of your sling is all the way down at your lower back. Here you can start to lift into a froggy. We're not inverting here, I'm staying upright. So I'm just stabilizing my core and lifting my legs from my hips. Next progression is coming all the way from upright into our straddle invert using the order of operations. So I'm gonna start in my lat hang, which I'm not in right now, by the way. So I'm gonna get myself there, and the best way for me to get myself there is through the upward facing. Now I'm in my lat hang. First, I'm gonna start by stabilizing the core, holding this lat hang and lifting my legs. I'm gonna start with froggy, and then I'm gonna go into straddle. So I'm just gonna lift my legs into froggy, tuck my pelvis, ladybug lift, and rock the whole shape upside down. From here, I can straighten my knees. If I wanna come back with bent knees, I can, or with straight. And I'm gonna hold this shape, bring it all the way upright, knees to shoulders, and then hold the hollow body as my legs come back down. Next, in straddle, so I'll straighten my legs out in front of me, hold my hollow body, lift my legs from the hips, take that whole shape upside down to all the way to poop on the ceiling, butt to the sky, legs are flexed, hips are flexed, and then reach on up, come on back into my upright shape. I'm still folded in half, and then lower my legs. So you should keep hollow body through this whole exercise. Never do we let our back arch. Never do we reach back with our head to get upside down. One more time, we're gonna take the legs out in front of us, hollow body lat hold, lift the legs, lift the pelvis, and come on back upside down. Come revert right back up, right side up, staying in my hollow body, staying in my hip flexion, and then bringing the legs back down. Finally, I'm going to apply this to my arm hangs, first in bent arm hold and then in overhead hang. In my bent arm hold, everything still applies, but I'm adding the strength of my shoulders and arms. So when I'm in my bent arm hold, I want to think about drawing the shoulders really wide. So I'm wide in my clavicle and my front of my shoulders, and I'm also wide in the back of my shoulders. I don't need to squeeze my shoulder blades together here. I just need to stabilize my shoulder blades nice and wide and connected into my ribs while pulling my arms down. I don't want to think about this position or this position. Nice and straight all the way across, wide through the front, wide through the back, and then applying that hollow body, right? So we're not arching through the back, we're rounding through the back. We're drawing the low ribs down, the back ribs up, and to create more space in the lower back, and then lifting the pubic bone, making that hollow body at the same time as widening the shoulders. Feel free to wrap your wrists a couple times so you don't have to focus on grip strength. And you can really focus on your shoulders and your hollow body. So first I'm just going to find my hollow body, draw my ribs in, lift my pubic bone, and really connect through that core strength there. And then as I pull my shoulders down, I'm reaching my elbows out and down as well. I want to reach the shoulder blades down and pull my elbows down. Here in my hollow body. I'm not gripping forward. I'm not squeezing back. I'm nice in the middle here, nice and stabilized. Same thing goes here as for the sling exercise. I can lift one knee, the other knee, and both knees. I could keep lifting both knees. Last progression is overhead straight arm hang, which will lead us into our straight arm inversions. Same thing applies. So we want to start with our hollow body. I see a lot of times people hanging an overhead hang, using their lats too much, pulling their shoulder blades down and arching through their spine. That's absolutely not what we want to do here. So I'm thinking about creating a nice strong hollow body connection through the front of my body, engaging my serratus anterior to wrap my scapula around my ribs and letting my shoulders be nice and long. So I'm not pulling my arm bone down, I'm reaching it nice and long and trying to do that in conjunction with the hollow body hold. Again, wrapping your hands in this position can be useful so you can focus on everything else that you have to think about. So here, before I even go into it, I'm going to engage that hollow body, making a nice connection through the front body and length through the lower back, and then settle my weight into my hands. Allow my shoulders to upwardly rotate a little bit. Allow my armpits to open. The shoulders come slightly up towards the ears. The scapula is wrapping around the rib cage. And here I'm pressing my low ribs back, rounding into my low middle back. Right? The same thing applies here. I can lift one knee, other knee, and both knees. I can also open and close my legs, pike to straddle. But basically, I never want to release my hollow body here, and I never want to pull down with my shoulders in this position. We're going to pull our arms down at the last phase of our invert, but not quite yet. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. I hope to see you soon at one of my live training programs down here at Sweet Retreats, Casa Chango, Mexico, and I hope you have a great day.